willing to do just that. Santa Fe police say more than 2 decades ago, Luna confessed to killing at least 2 and maybe 3 women in New Mexico.
In 1987, he led detectives to the body of one of them, then killed himself. Now police believe they know who those other victims are. News 13's Crystal Gutierrez is in the Newsplex with the latest.
And Jessica, the suspect in the 2 cold case murders had the same DNA, but Luna is dead. So detectives are hoping his family can provide the missing link.
If it means closure to a family, to a cold case, to help anybody out back there, you know, we're more than willing to do that.
Kenneth Ray Luna's half-sister, Delnita, told us on the phone she found out detectives were looking for her last month. Luna's other sister saw this story on our website. Delnita sent this email saying she was willing to give a DNA sample and told us why.
I have daughters. I have grandchildren. That's your worst nightmare.
Delnita's nightmare began in 1987 when her brother confessed to Utah authorities that he'd raped and killed women in New Mexico. He drove this map that led detectives to the body of one victim who was raped, strangled, and dumped on the outskirts of Santa Fe County. Luna was extradited back to New Mexico, but before he could even step foot inside a courtroom, Luna hanged himself inside his jail cell. Now Santa Fe police believe Luna may also have killed Susan Laporte, found dead in Santa Fe, and Maria Padilla, left in the Bosque in Albuquerque. Both were murdered in 1985, both in the same way.
A strangulation with a sexual assault.
DNA taken from both victims points to the same killer. Detectives wonder if it's Luna, and that's why they asked his family for help.
We just wish things could have been went differently for everybody.
Even if it labels her brother a serial rapist and murderer, Delnita says her family wants closure too.
We didn't do what he did.
If it's not Kenneth Luna who committed the Laporte and the Padilla murder, justice was served. We've cleared someone who had no involvement in it. On the other hand, if it turns out that the DNA matches the DNA found on our 2 victims, again, justice is served.
Detective Trujillo is still waiting for the DNA sample from Luna's sister in Oregon. Delnita says she's ready to hand over one as well if it's needed. Back to you.
Okay, Crystal, investigators called on Luna's family for help after his autopsy records were destroyed in a fire. However, OMI officials say they have since found a skin sample from him in another building. Detectives are waiting for that as well.
Major error.